It's a new day back in the bus, and last week we finished demolition, which I still can't quite really believe. It's felt kind of like it's been going on forever. So we are in the sort of planning phases of construction. So really what we need to do is get a new floor in, and before we can put a new floor in, I think I'm sort of skew with, hold on. There we go, sorry about that. Before we can put a new floor in, we need to take advantage of the fact that we have unimpeded access to the underside of the bus to mount my freshwater and my grey water tank. And so I'm just in the process of measuring up and ordering those, and those will be fitted as soon as they come. Now we can start to do the front of the bus in terms of putting the new floor in, because the water tanks are going to go at the back. But before we can do any of that, I've got some sort of cleanup jobs to do. There's quite a lot of insulation left behind me which I want to use up, and that's because there's still some areas at the back of the bus and in the ceiling and stuff that we can use that for. So I'm going to go ahead today and see if I can cut all the pieces. I need to go out and get some more spray foam, annoyingly, so I can't fix anything in today, but let's cut all the pieces today and try and sort of get a clear working space. The other things that need to happen are that, as you can see, there's quite a lot of wiring behind my head. Jerry is coming at the end of the week. We're going to sort of take apart all the wiring, take out all the wiring that is not needed and defunct, and obviously keep the stuff that is needed. So this should all be kind of tidied and cleared up. We also need to get a little bit of wood up from the sides of the floors, which will be really easy. I don't think that will take me very long at all. And then I can also start the process of cleaning the underside, or cleaning the chassis, giving it a good kind of brush clean, and I'm probably going to give it a good coat of paint with some rust inhibitor paint. I have to say, for a 21-year-old or 20-year-old vehicle, there's like no rust, which is pretty amazing. But we'll get everything clean and tidy and preserved and protected, so that when the water tanks arrive we can get those on, and I'll take you through what we're going to do with the floor in a bit. So first things first, let's sort some of this insulation mess out. Okay, I've cut almost all of the extra pieces that I need. All these bits are put in place. So I just need to go and get some spray foam, and then tomorrow I can stick them up and foam them in and then tape them. Essentially what this is the piece at the back here that we couldn't do earlier because of the air handling units. All the pieces around the door. And then, as you can see, when we did the ceiling pieces, some of them we cut them a bit short, so I've extended all of them to go as far to the side as possible, so that then when we get thinner insulation it can go up the top, and we'll have a whole seal and a whole, you know, insulated envelope as such. This is what I was talking about when I was saying we actually have a little bit more wood to take up from the floor. So along all the edges here there's bits of wood, so I'm just going to pull these boards back. Hopefully this comes up pretty easily. Yeah, let's see if I can get all of this taken up in the next half an hour. You know, when I said I thought that all this wood would come up really easily, as usual, I was very wrong. And as usual, they have completely mastic taped the wood to the aluminium frame. We want clear aluminium frame so we can sit our plywood top layer inside this frame. But all this wood is just splintering. It's very hard to get up. So yes, this is taking me a lot longer than expected, which is annoying. Back in the bus today, and I've got my spray foam that I went out and got yesterday. Okay, update. Everything's a bit of a mess at the moment. I've got back pieces of insulation up and foamed. I've got some more side pieces up. The roof's not very flat at these edges, so I'm sort of not sure how well they're going to stick and stay, but we'll see. And then you can't really see, but I've also been going around annoyingly removing all the little glue bits, blobs that were everywhere at the top here. So these are all gone here. And then it's also, I've done all the ones along this side, and now annoyingly I'm on to attempting to remove all of the glue along here. There's tons all along the frame along here, and then all on the other side. So not a very fun job, but it needs to be done, so I might as well do it now. The only way I've found to do it is to use a hammer and a chisel to just chisel them off. So get some music on and just go at it, and hopefully once I get into a rhythm it won't take too long, or it will, but at least it'll just be done. And as you can see, because I only had so many dead men, I've still got quite a lot of other insulating bits to put up, but I'll have to do it in shifts. So yeah, we'll just keep going. Didn't take as long as I expected, because I decided to use my multi-tool, and actually, although it looks a bit crap, it doesn't really matter because it's all going to get covered up, but now it's all gone. Woo! So that's actually the whole of this side, of the bus de-glued, and I guess I'm going to move on to the end bit now, and I'm going to start detaching all of these wires that have been loomed together, because actually we realized that aside from the wires that you can see work the brake lights at the back at the top, all of these other wires are erroneous. So we're going to take them all apart and take out all the ones that we don't need. So I will start on that as well. Right, I am pretty happy with what I've managed to get done today. I'm a bit stuck now because I have to wait for things to dry, but here's a recap. On this side of the bus, I've got all of the extra pieces up, bar the last one because I don't have a dead man for it, and they're all foamed and drying. I managed to get all of the glue off of the panels down here and up there as well as all of the glue off the end panels, and I started foaming in some of those panels. There's a bit more left to do. I've undone some of these wires to about here, foamed some of these in as well, got all of these extra insulation pieces in, foamed and trimmed because it's nice and warm today, so everything's dried, and then these last pieces have gone in and are just drying now. So that's pretty damn exciting. Good afternoon, I am back in the bus, what a surprise. And I am finishing off all the jobs I started yesterday. So that is removing the dead men that you can see, trimming all the extra spray foam, taping up all the extra bits that I put on and the bits at the back. I've got one last piece to put up, and then tackle removing all of the adhesive from this side of the bus, because I did really well with the other side yesterday. And once I finish all of that, if there's still time and energy and light, then I will continue detangling and unwiring all of these wires that run from the back of the bus all the way down this wiring loom, because a lot of them we don't need. So if I can pull out the ones that we don't need, leave the ones we do need, we can look at getting rid of the ones we don't need. and tidying up the ones that we do. So quite a lot of little bits to do, but if I can get all of that done today, I'll be really happy. And Jerry's coming by tomorrow. We're going to do some work on the floor to start prepping it for rebuilding the new floor. There's a bit of tidying and cleaning and prepping, so that's tomorrow, but I've got my orders for today, so let's get on. Morning everyone, it is Saturday, 7:30, 7:15, too early, but I needed to come to, sorry I'm a bit croaky, I needed to come to the good old B&Q for some more spray foam, and I thought I would treat myself as Lidl's next door to a croissant for breakfast and Lemon gets an early walk. So anyways, got my croissant, let's go and get the spray foam, walk Lemon, back to the bus. It's a new day in the bus. Jerry's here again today, and the first thing we are starting by doing is to, I'm going to say cap off, if that's the right terminology, these gas pipes that went to the air conditioning units that we removed. And Jerry's been a proper hero because during the week he went to a few different places to find the right ends for these pieces, which we thought we could buy standardized ends, and it turns out you can't, but he managed to track down somewhere that made them for us, so now we can fit them. So let's go ahead and do that, and that's another job crossed off the list.
Sealed. Right, now
2 sealed pipes.
Air conditioning.
2 sealed air conditioning pipes. We are starting quite an exciting project. We are finally taking these massive boards that we bought ages ago, that we've been using as our temporary floor, and we are going to cut them down to the correct size so that they actually fit properly on the top part of the floor, because these are going to be our final top boards. Obviously there's quite a lot that still needs to go under, but we're going to cut these down. That means they'll be easier to take up and down when we need to access the chassis, but the right size for when we need to screw them down properly when we're ready to finish our top floor. As per usual, the handheld did not have enough power, so I've had to go and find another circular saw for the generator. Now we're remeasuring for the new circular saw, and then hopefully we'll be able to cut this first board down. Okay.
Right, we're not going to cut the table in half.
Nope,
we're going to be
clearance.
fine.
Okay. Okay, first board cut and in at the end, and it fits really snugly and beautifully. Cuddly, yeah, it feels, it fits cuddly, and yeah, I can't believe it, it's so exciting. So we're going to do a bit of clear up here, and we're going to cut the next board, and in a few minutes we'll have the second bit in, which is even more crazy. Just so you don't all think I let Jerry have all the fun using power tools, while Mr. Measurement was marking up the cuts on the boards, I was taking the small angle grinder to the chassis to ensure we had no screws or bolts protruding, which would stop the plywood from laying flat. Oh, steady, hold on, don't move it, you've just got stuck on a wire. Okay, got it.
Right, I'll come in. Nice walking on that then.
It really is, yeah.
How did we do it last time?
I stand this way.
We did it a clever way.
We did, and I don't remember what that was.
Oh, I remember. Right, if you come this side, and I'll come that side. Right, we're going to... yeah, don't worry about that. We'll be handy. Now we do not... No, we really want to be careful of that wheel arch.
Yeah.
So, that's where we want it. Let it go to the top.
Be careful where you're stepping out.
Yeah, I am. Do you want to lift it up onto the edge?
Yeah.
Then we can just drop it, hopefully. Is it all in?
Yeah. So just kick it.
Alright, come over this way.
I think it just needs to be lifted almost.
Yes.
Does it kick it even more, or is that?
How far?
No, I mean, it looks pretty.
We don't want it much further than that.
No, I think that's kind of where we want it, isn't it? Wow.
Yes.
Woo!
That is not bad.
That is pretty good, isn't it?
Happy with that?
Yeah. We got 2/3 of the floor in.
We're going to get the other one just as easy.
Fabulous. Third board. Board numero 1.
Go on, push it back round my way. Oh shit.
Oh no, we've cut it too short. What was the impact of that? Oh, that's annoying.
Wonder how I did that.
Oh no.
In case you needed reminding that I'm not a professional camper van builder, aside from a measurement mistake and a cutting error, we also managed to saw through the table.
3 boards in. 3 boards in. Just 1 left to go. Now I can go this way.
Yes.
There. Got it.
Well, here we have it. The top floorboards cut to perfection and sitting happily in their frame, and the ceiling completely insulated and taped up. I honestly can't believe how good it looks.
Well, that is it for another week. As you can tell, I'm in my pajamas. I am knackered. Jerry and I managed to get through quite a lot yesterday, and that floor just looks so good. I can't believe the difference, even though that plywood's been there all the time, having it sort of stacked up and on top of each other and things. Just the fact that it all fits perfectly now and it's trimmed to size gives you a really good idea of what the final floor is going to end up kind of looking like. Obviously we'll have some sort of vinyl or lino flooring over it, but it just makes such a big difference and it's so stable. So it's interesting. I honestly thought I was going to put together a video this week and tell you guys, oh, you know, just lots of little boring bits and bobs this week, thinking, you know, you're probably not really going to enjoy it very much. And I was a bit surprised at how much I got done this week and how much I got done with Jerry and how much we've kind of moved forward. So I'm pretty over the moon at that. There are still some more little bits to finish off. We may also have found a bit of a problem that we need to investigate, so stay tuned for that next week. I don't think it's going to be very good, but I'll let you know what happens next week. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing, and yes, cross your fingers that whatever this problem is doesn't turn out to be as bad as we think it is. But I will let you all in on that next week. Have a great week. See you then.